Here is the complete itinerary. Let me ask you a question before you click any purchase buttons. Do you know when the rich got into SpaceX? It wasn't when the IPO opened. It wasn't when you saw the title in your feed. It wasn't when your cousin sent that message in the family group chat saying, "Dude, you need to buy this now." It was years ago, in private meetings, in conversations you were never invited to participate in, while you were still paying rent, putting gas in the car and trying to understand why your salary never seems to last. And now, when it's finally your turn to enter, the price already carries all of that on its shoulders. This is the conversation no one wants to have with you, but the sleeping investor will. Because here, when you wake up, you truly wake up. If you're watching this video right now and you're not yet subscribed to the channel, do it now. One click. Because the content we create here can literally change how you think about money. And before we continue, tell me in the comments, what city or state in the United States are you watching this video from? I love knowing where this community comes from. Now, let's get serious. SpaceX went public, and the whole world is in shock. The comments are full of excited people. Reddit groups are buzzing. Every finance influencer is talking about it. And in the middle of all this, there's you, phone in hand, brokerage account open, finger on the trigger, thinking, should I buy now? Stop. Breathe. Because what I'm going to show you today isn't whether SpaceX is a good company. It is. No one serious will argue about that. What I'm going to show you is something that hurts much more. The poor guy arrived at this party when the food was already gone, the music had already stopped, and the host already had the bill in hand. When you see IPO, you think beginning, opportunity, gateway. But you know who doesn't think that way? The guys who were already in. SpaceX spent years raising money in private rounds. Venture capital, family offices, billionaire funds, executives, employees with stock options accumulated over a decade. These guys didn't need to wait for the IPO. They were already in when the company was worth much less. When an IPO opens to the general public, what happens? The market prices all of that in. The years of growth, the Elon narrative, Starlink, Mars, the future potential. It's all already priced into what you're paying on day one. So when you enter at the beginning of an IPO, you're not entering at the beginning of the company. You're entering at the beginning of the public phase, which for many insiders may be exactly the phase in which they finally get to exit. You're not the first. You're the last in line to receive access. And that's not your fault. The system was built that way. But you need to see that clearly before putting your money on the table. Now comes the part that will bother a lot of people. Yes, SpaceX is impressive. The technology is real. Starlink is changing connectivity in places that never had internet. The rockets land back on the platform like something out of science fiction. Elon Musk, regardless of what you think of him as a person, has built something that no private company had ever achieved before. All of this is true. And it doesn't change anything I'm about to tell you. Because in the financial market, there is no reward for being right about the wrong company at the wrong time for the wrong price. Liking the company isn't a strategy. You can love Tesla and have lost 70% if you bought at the 2021 peak. You can love Amazon and have been stuck for years if you bought at the top of the 2000 bubble. An amazing company and a bad entry point are two things that can coexist. The question is never just, will this company grow? The question is, how much of that growth is already priced into what I'm paying today? And in a highly publicized IPO, especially one from a company led by one of the world's most polarizing figures, that question is almost impossible to answer clearly. Because you're not just buying financial projections, you're buying a narrative. And narratives have a cost that no spreadsheet can calculate. Now I'm going to touch on a wound that you might not want to admit. You're afraid of losing. Don't lose money. Miss the opportunity. Be the person who was left out while everyone else got rich. Look back 10 years from now and think, I could have bought SpaceX at the IPO and I didn't. This fear has a name. FOMO, fear of missing out. And it is literally the engine that drives hyped IPOs. Think about it. Everyone who didn't buy Tesla in 2010 regretted it. Everyone who didn't buy Amazon in the 90s regretted it. Nvidia, Google, Apple. There are dozens of stories of people who missed the opportunity and never forgot it. And now the market is telling you, SpaceX could be next. And then you think, what if I go? What if I'm left out again? But here's what nobody tells you along with this narrative. For every Tesla that went from 0 to 1,000, there are dozens of hyped IPOs that went from 100 to 30 and never recovered. You don't hear about these because the people who lost out don't make celebratory videos. They stay quiet, ashamed, and with their money stuck. The fear of missing out on the next Tesla is exactly what makes many people buy the top-of-the-line model. Now I'm going to use real numbers. Numbers that represent your life, not that of an investment fund. Imagine you invest $100 a month. With discipline, with sacrifice, sometimes skipping dinner, not buying that thing you wanted. You save $500 and invest in SpaceX during its IPO. The stock drops 40% in the first few months. It happens. It happened with Uber, with Lyft, with Rivian, with Robinhood, with dozens of famous IPOs. You just lost $200. For a fund with $100 million, this is noise, volatility, part of the process. For you, it's 2 months of contributions, 2 months of sacrifice, 2 months that now need to be recovered before you can move forward again. Put $200 a month into the equation and you lose $1,000. That's 5 months trying to get back to square one. 5 months that your financial life has been at a standstill, marking time, while everyone around you seems to be moving forward. The rich don't experience loss the same way you do. Not because they're smarter, but because they have a margin for error that you don't. You can't make the same mistakes as the rich, because the same mistake they call learning, you call, I can't pay the rent this month. This is serious, and nobody talks about it when they're trying to encourage you to buy the IPO. I'm going to explain something that seems simple, but completely changes how you view IPOs. Insiders, long-time employees, executives, private equity investors, venture capitalists have contracts. These contracts dictate when they can sell, how much they can sell, and under what conditions. This is called a lockup period. It's usually 90 days, sometimes longer. They know the schedule. They have lawyers, advisors, tax planning, an exit strategy. They're not staring at the price on the screen with a racing heart. And you're holding your phone, watching the price go up, reading comments from excited people, thinking that if you don't get in now, you'll miss the boat. This is not investment. This is an emotional reaction to an environment designed to create urgency. And the people who created this environment, they have a schedule. They know when they leave. You don't know when they leave. This information asymmetry is real, it's legal, and it's devastating for those who don't understand the game. Before continuing, if this content resonates with you, hit the like button now. This helps the channel reach more people who need to hear this. And comment below, have you ever bought an IPO before? How was it? I want to know about your experience. Here's something that few people talk about regarding IPOs of companies led by figures like Elon Musk. Many people don't buy SpaceX based on financial analysis. They buy it because they want to be part of something bigger. They want to be among those who believed in Mars. They want to show that they supported the vision when everyone else doubted it. They want a piece of history, and that's human, completely understandable. But it's dangerous, because when an action becomes part of your identity, you stop analyzing it and start defending it. You ignore negative signs. You explain dips as buying opportunities without doing any real analysis. You argue in the comments with those who question you. You endure losses you shouldn't because leaving would mean admitting you were wrong. And the market doesn't care who you are or what you believe. It just moves the price. Don't let a company, no matter how amazing it is, become part of your financial identity, because when that happens, you're no longer investing. You're betting on your own narrative. Enough theory. Let's get down to what you can actually do. Before buying any IPO stock, not just SpaceX, ask yourself these questions. 1. Do I have an emergency fund? At least 3 months' worth of expenses saved in something safe and liquid? If not, that money cannot go towards an IPO. 2. Do I have expensive debt? Credit card debt? Personal loan with high interest rates? If so, any return you expect from Spacex will be eroded by the interest they're already charging you now. 3. Will this money be needed in the next 12 months? If so, it can't be invested in any stock, much less in a volatile IPO. 4. Do I already invest consistently in something simple? An index ETF, some diversified fund? If you don't have a foundation yet, it doesn't make sense to start at the very bottom. 5. Am I buying because I understand the deal or because I'm afraid of missing out? Be honest with yourself. This answer changes everything. 6. If the stock falls 40% in 6 months, can I remain calm? If the answer is no, and it's okay if it is no, you shouldn't invest more than you can afford to lose. 7. Do I have an entry plan, or am I just reacting to the current hype? These questions aren't meant to stop you from investing, they're meant to stop you from panic investing. Because the biggest enemy of the small investor isn't the market, it's haste. SpaceX could reach Mars, I have no doubt about that. But if you buy out of desperation, with money you'll need later for fear of missing out, without savings, without a plan, and without understanding what you're buying, it's your money that might get stuck on Earth. And you'll spend months, maybe years, trying to recover what you've lost while life goes on happening around you. The goal of this video was never to tell you not to buy Spacex. It might make sense for you at the right time, with the right size stake, within a larger strategy. The goal was to prevent you from confusing hope with strategy. Because hope doesn't pay the rent. Hope doesn't rebuild an emergency fund. Hope doesn't give you peace of mind when the market opens on Monday down 5%. Strategy? Yes. Now tell me in the comments. Would you buy Spacex now, wait for the dust to settle, or stay out until you better understand the price? I want to read every answer. And if this video made you think differently, hit the like button. It really helps the channel grow and reach more people who need to hear this before making a mistake. And look over there on the screen, there's a video playing now that will show you exactly how to think before getting into any investment that's currently trending. Don't leave without watching it. Until next time.